Hello, I'm Z, and welcome back to this Elysium. Last time, you know, got past the first day. Let's check out what's awaiting in the second day here. Let's go outside. Nothing there. Nothing.
The door is closed. This
By the
door
handle.
can only be opened with a key or from the as you hold the metal. Still, you should punch a fucking
Okay.
the murmur.
Nothing there. Just go outside. Oh, hold on. That's new. Also, for your information, I will be eating chocolate throughout the beginning part of this episode because I am a bit tired and I want to regain my strength by eating it. So, yeah. You won't hear me chewing because that's how my mic is set up, or for the most part at least. But you might, hear me as if I'm eating something when I'm talking.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them.
Yeah, we should. What do you mean rowdy though?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the union. These men here. Men who drink beer for breakfast? There's talk of an armed wing of the union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
Why do we need to talk to them?
A lot of things point to the dock workers union. The circumstances in Martinez, my preliminary information. Actually, that's not a lot of things. We should have dug up more yesterday. Still, we need to talk to them, and it won't be easy.
Are these the men guard told us about yesterday?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
There's so many of them. Maybe we should call in reinforcements.
That would just escalate tensions. No captain would sign off on it. Solving one murder isn't worth a conflict between the RCM and the Debarders Union. In fact, even the death of two detectives might not warrant an all-out war. So let's keep a cool head, okay?
Yeah.
He's not exaggerating about that mortal danger, just calmly factoring it in. Your fists clench and your pulse rises uncomfortably.
Let's roll.
One more thing before we do.
Oh,
We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first.
I might do that.
Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Alright, thanks for the option. Can I talk to you?
Can I help you?
About my bill for tonight.
Got the 20 real?
Not yet.
Then why are you wasting my time?
Checking the price again.
Just a moment. And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
The lady is distressed. Perhaps something more upbeat might cheer her up.
Good day, ma'am. Everything alright?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working.
Yep.
The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
What's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
Why'd you need to use it?
To
the
let
phone.
the young woman who's house-sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them.
Okay.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
Okay.
You hear that? Someone's missing. There could be foul play afoot.
Missing persons aren't really my style. I love missing person cases.
That's right. Now skip the foreplay. Time to dive into the dark alleys. Start shaking down the usual suspects. You know, legwork. Doing some good will alleviate the hangover. At least you're of use to someone.
Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in rags.
But you have more important things to worry about.
What is your expedition? What is this expedition your husband was on?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
The water lock, that was broken. Could this be it?
Yeah. Who's this Gary person? Do you trust him?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day.
Yeah, so the water lock was broken.
Oh my. What happened to the water lock?
Something fell in the water, blocked the way.
Oh, sweetie. If it weren't for you, I'd be looking forward to another sleepless night. Thank you from the bottom of my heart.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I
Exactly.
hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
Okay.
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with that extremely rare insect.
Yeah.
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
All right. If I see him, I'll let him know.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
Tell me about him, though. Character, looks, relationship.
Oh, dear. I'm not sure where to begin.
What does your husband look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's. And his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world.
Let's try again. If I were trying to meet him on the street, what would I look for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, you know, just in case.
How long have you been married?
We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
I think I have all the information I need.
I hope I've been useful.
Tell me about the rare insect, though.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
No, I want to hear.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but
Oh yeah. Here comes the interesting.
where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insular Indian coast. Hence its name, the Insular Indian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us officers.
I see.
There's a touch of awe in the way she enunciated the creature's name.
To be honest, this animal sounds like a cryptid. You wouldn't happen to be searching for some kind of gnome of Jeroma, would you?
I smell pseudoscience, he's thinking. Not a big fan of that.
It's simply elusive. So much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
Establishment. I thought so.
I see. What makes you think it's around here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
Interesting. Maybe the phasmid made the teenagers make out.
I don't think so. So a newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have?
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insular Indian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Is it dangerous?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
Does it have a cool power?
Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years, centuries even.
Okay. What's so special about this stick
Oh
book?
dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well.
I mean, no.
It is very special. Morel can explain it all much better.
Yeah, I'll look for him. Thanks. Let's check with this guy.
Yes?
Not you. You. Hey, chef.
The man ponders his cooking utensils.
You know
and
what's
gives
behind the door?
He looks up at you, then looks away quickly, shrugging and muttering something to himself. Shrugging is an international sign for, no, I don't know what's behind that door.
That's true. Neither will I, for at least some time.
Let me handle this.
You seem a little different today. Less hospitable.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
You're right, Lieutenant. She did seem friendlier sitting on that corner.
Not a muscle moves in her face, but her eyes trace yours, stern and perceptive.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him. That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming, nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
What if I want to talk to you, not Titus?
What you want is of no significance.
Yeah, it is of
officer.
significance.
Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
I saw what you were thinking. You want to say, what are you going to do to me? Don't. Just because it's in your head doesn't mean you have to say it. You will not lose out on anything good by not saying it.
Why are you so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
Yeah.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you Morrilinton lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask. or get back to your commanders.
Privatization is unlawful. It's cool and funny. Maybe you're just not historic individuals. Yeah, I like that.
I don't need privatization peons from a rent-a-cop. Just do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
I should talk to Titus then. But I'm not going to. I am going to do what they said and not approach him just yet. What I'm going to do, however, is talk to this guy. Who maybe has something to say? It's all about money, you know. It is. But hey, I got a coin because I picked some sort of comedy option that I have some research on. I mean, research, that's not really the right word, but you know what I mean, so let's not get into details.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
Yeah, radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Connect me to Sylvie again, apparently.
Just a second. Sylvie Malaika on the line for you, officer. Yes. Hello?
Hey, Sylvie, it's the police again.
Oh, great. What else do you need, detective?
Have you seen my badge?
Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law.
How'd you first learn I'm a police officer?
You told me back in the whirling. You told everybody, and so does your badge. I don't need to hear about it anymore.
My badge is missing. Have you seen it anywhere?
Oh, no, I haven't. Sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours?
Not my uniform, too. God, I gotta look into that.
Yes, you absolutely should. It's awful that you lost it. It feels like you haven't worn yours in a long, long time.
Have you seen my gun?
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun, detective.
I showed you my gun. When did it happen?
You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating and...
Sounds like it's going to be bad. Do you really want to know?
What did I do?
You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic.
Some poor sod was trying to eat his pudding while you were screaming, spit flying, imitating the mercy shot right next to him. Spat some in his food. I don't think he touched it after. People tried to back away from you or even slip out of the door. But you screamed, I am the goddamned law, and you have to listen to me. You are all suspects in a murder investigation.
Why would I threaten to kill myself? I mean, look at this world. I would love to stay.
There is silence on the other end of the line.
Yes, but what happened to my gun?
No idea. All I know
Alright, no
is it
idea.
almost
Yeah,
looked like
yeah.
you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask.
Have you seen my policeman uniform?
Uniform?
Alright.
Somewhere in a dank rental apartment, two police officers stand in the dark. Trash and liquor bottles cover the floor. Things are not good. One of the men, trying not to slip on old newspapers, makes his way to the window and pulls the curtains apart. Roaches scatter as the light comes in. God damn. Officer Michelle Elfboy Williams speaks to himself. His partner, Sundance Fisher, looks at the patrol uniform he's wearing, then at an identical suit frame on the wall. It's blue and covered in dust. Let's get the fuck out of there. He turns to Williams. He hasn't been here in days.
Do you know how my paperwork ended up in the trash container behind Whirling?
Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet.
That's all I needed to
Sorry
hear.
about that.
Hey, do you want to grab a
Anything
cup of
else,
coffee?
detective? No, absolutely not.
Yeah, makes sense.
You hear?
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Firewalker, reconnect to the 41st.
10-4, come in.
No,
Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
I don't want to talk to him. It's those old men again. This guy again. Pawn shop here.
A rusting control panel.
Pull the lever.
Pull the lever all the way up. Nothing happens. A spring brings the lever. Wasn't there a sign over there saying function?
Wednesday morning. Day is... I don't know which day. Morning.
A crumpled billboard reading Samaran
Just
butter.
attempt this.
Just some.
Yeah, no. That was close, though. 6-5, I think I would have done it, but... I got a 6-4. I'm gonna check the usual spots. There's a new old guy.
The dented yellow mailbox greets you with its graffiti.
Good mail deliver box. Good one. I'm not gonna kick it.
The box seems
Glad it seems happy. Let's talk the lady on the dock. Okay. Let's keep going. Oh, you. Forgot about you.
Hello again, officers.
I don't care then. If you still don't want to talk to me. You lady on the dock. Tell me.
You're back. Good.
I spoke
What
to
can
the
I
lawyer,
help you
man.
with? Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
Where exactly are these eyes located? Nah, we have discovered enough to conclude for now.
Yes. And will you start an official investigation?
the lieutenant is about to interject. Cut him off. This decision should be yours.
No, let him.
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I am sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn.
Go ahead.
I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
How are the lynching and the strike connected?
I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
Do you need a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
I see.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
Yeah.
The story is, one of them, the colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him.
I see.
He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
So that's what happened.
Nothing. Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now.
It's a smokescreen. In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
What is the nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
Ah,
It'll be all of them. The decision is already made.
I have to say this is not a disco.
It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put, if you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
They would have to project strength and power.
Yeah.
The debardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty. These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all. As I said, a bloodbath.
I can't see it happen. Too many things would have to go wrong first.
Too many things have already gone wrong. Nameless, badgeless detective of the citizens' militia. All we can do is keep that which is not from following suit. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
What can you tell me about Colonel?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell.
Down a deep, black well.
Yeah.
They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yeah.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Okay, anything else you got on them?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell.
I see.
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
You said the deceased assaulted a woman?
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal.
What did these teenagers
I cannot testify by it.
by the canal say?
That the man was killed because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too.
Oh.
Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
And who was this woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor. About a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
You meet her soon enough, you feel.
I see. The colonel. The one who hanged. Did you know him? No, that's definitely not. Where are the two remaining mercs now?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth. They don't have the same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Vigilantes. You're a professional officer of the only legitimate authority in Revachol.
The vigilantes. The RCM gets its authority from the coalition. Where does theirs come from?
Somehow, I doubt that lecturing them on the legitimate use of force will persuade them to stand down.
You still need to know where they are.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Where are the mercenaries?
One is obviously
Nice.
the scab leader at the harbour gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise.
I see.
The other
I was
has
guessing.
a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
One must be the goon in ill-fitting work clothes by the harbor gates, the scab leader.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a border keg. Does this not bother you?
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
True enough. One is probably built in a building overlooking the roundabout.
That would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a shortwave at the ship's wheel.
I see.
I hope I can answer it better.
Did you know him?
You mean, did I see him alive?
His
Yeah,
name was... Lely.
His service name, a nom de guerre, most
Anything
likely.
else?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
What else? Nationality? Accent?
Yeah?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
Alright, how much time do we have,
Till
realistically?
the executions start. Truthfully, I don't know.
I
They
see.
don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
5 days, not more. Maybe sooner.
Thanks, Inland Empire.
It's a matter of days, not weeks.
Let's go.
I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
You seem smart. I need someone to give me a lowdown on this reality we're in. I'm not asking you that. I'm sorry to say I am not asking you that, but that autosave is actually relatively smart. I am a bit short on time this week overall. And I think I might end it here. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I got some other videos to record and edit, so I'll go ahead and leave it here. We did make slight progress, not a lot, but I'm enjoying the game overall. Anyways, if you enjoyed this episode, leave it a like. Have an awesome rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow.